Today, we're gonna play with the weirdest, craziest, strangest mascara applicators. This is not going to be a regular wear test. This is just strictly application test. We have 8 of them, so let's just jump right in. First one, this is by AVON. It is discontinued. So this is their Mega Effects Mascara. This retails for $34.99 on Amazon. This applicator looked the craziest. So this is the Wonder Brush. It is an applicator that you can adjust to any different angles depending on your preferences. Oh, so it literally just bends. Okay. But you know what? Let's go for it. Let's try this on. All right, so we're gonna start off with the first lashes, and I'm actually going to do like a good 90 degrees. Just kind of swipe it up. All right. Let's go for it. I'm really nervous. Whoa. Okay, yeah, it's a little messy. It kind of does just grip and coat all the lashes. Interesting, look at that. It definitely separated the lashes, but it can get clumpy really fast. But it does grip from the root to the tip really nicely. It's actually quite comfortable to use. It's a little unconventional, obviously, because it's not just a regular wand. But is this better than any other mascara wand? No, it's not. It is a little dangerous because you have all of the bristles on every side. But that wasn't as bad as I was expecting. And for the lower lash line, you can just wiggle it back and forth, which is like a typical mascara. You can definitely make this work, but I see in the future for myself as a lash comb separator, not the actual mascara. But this was definitely weird and scary, and I was thinking that it'd be extremely messy. That was actually not bad. I can see why it was discontinued, yes. The next one is by the brand Beauty Notions. This is their Immaculash 360. This retails for $35. So this, you open this up. First of all, the package is actually quite nice. It's a very mega XL tube. You open this up. Bam! You get 2 wands in one. So this button, you put them together, you squeeze them together, and it becomes one really interesting mascara wand. And how to use this, they recommend place the detail brush on top of your lashes near the lash base, and then press the button down to close wands around your lashes. So this, you kind of just do the same thing. You twist the wands together around your lashes. So let's go for it. I know. So he's in my right hand. Okay, that wasn't so bad, but it's kind of, not kind of, it's very uneven. This is so uncomfortable to use. Oh my God. Because this wand is so tiny, that top little detail brush, when you place it on top of your lashes, it just wants to go in the middle of your lashes and not towards your roots. So that's the problem. But I do see the concept for this, but it is quite a bit of a mess. And they do say this is really good for when you wear falsies. That way you can really coat your upper lashes with your lower lashes, the falsies, and your real lashes, and you kind of clamp them together even more to really coat the mascara through to give it that really seamless look. So I feel like this will be really good for false lashes, not on your real regular lashes, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. This next one has the coolest and cutest packaging. This is by the brand Too Cool for School, and this is their Dinoplast Twisty Tail Mascara. Retail for $27. This is their 3-step mascara. And it just looks like a very typical mascara wand, but this has those nylon bristles and there's a ton of them. And it's a little bit more chubby, I would say, but it just looks like a regular mascara wand. This is where the fun part begins. On the very end of the brush or the wand, you have this little twisty dial. It twists down. Ah, this is awesome. So you twist clockwise and it goes back up, but it still has a little bit of a bend. It's not fully straight. And then you twist counterclockwise and it bends.
Very cool.
This is really cool. So this is designed to curl and coat every lash. I'm so sorry, I can't keep a straight face. And they're the customizable brush. It's supposed to bend to fit the contours of your lashes, targeting each and every lash for maximum impact. Impact for sure. This is so much fun.
Is that exciting?
This is. Let's put this on because this looks really fun. Do a little twist. twist. Now let's twist this a little bit. Just a tad. Because that way you don't have to hold the mascara like this. You can just hold it a little bit, like sideways. And actually I really like these bristles. They're quite nice. They're a little bit more stiff, and there's a lot of them, so there's nice tightly packed, so you can grab your lashes nice and tight. Now let's make it fully twisty, bendy. That's a really big bend. So then you kind of just hold it straight up and fit it right into the inner lashes, inner corner. When it's a full bend, it's not the most comfortable to use. So I feel like with a little bit of a bend, it's quite nice. I feel like with this, I was easily able to get into that inner corner. Pretty nice with that bend. And it does kind of hurt, like curve and hug the contour of your eye, which is quite nice. This is the weirdest so far. We have another bendy mascara wand. This is by the brand L'Oreal. This is their unlimited mascara, and this retails for $12.99. So this right here, it says it's a 2-position wand. So you open this up and you have a nice tapered wand, also nylon bristles. You have very tiny, tiny ones towards the top, and then it kind of fans out into longer bristles. And then the actual wand, it bends. That's really cool. Let's put this on and see what or how this works. Yep, like a nice typical bristled wand. And then it says to bend, this is for lift and intensify corner and bottom lashes. Honestly, I'm not really sure how that's lifting, so I'm kind of doing the same thing, I guess, but just a little bit more of a pushing motion. And then bottom lashes, I guess the same thing, but I could do the same thing like this, or just use it straight down like I usually would with regular lashes, but let's bend this down. I'm not really seeing a huge benefit of this, just doing up and down. I saw more of a benefit and convenience when you actually twist the wand or the bristles. I do really like the bristles themselves and the actual brush. Let's move on to the next mascara wand. This next one is very expensive. It's by Hourglass. This is their Curator Lash Instrument, and it's $150 for the entire set. You get the instrument, which is the wand, mascara, and primer. Very fascinating. I did a whole separate video on this, so if you're interested how this worked, how it wore, check it out. But right now we're just gonna do the application because this is a very, very weird and strange wand. Like, look at this. This is the actual wand for your mascara. You unscrew it, and that's the wand. It literally looks like a screw. And the benefits of this, it deposits perfect amount of product without clumping. Then you use from an angle for precision to coat the smallest lashes and reaches the very base of the lashes for a tight lining effect. That's where it stops because it can't really lengthen, it can't really create more volume to the lashes. So I have a lot of issues with this wand, but it's really good, like they say, for a tight lining effect, really close to your base. So let's put this on. And you can see it does like that tight lining effect. It literally looks like I put eyeliner there. But the one thing is, you don't want to get too close because then a lot of the mascara goes into your eyeball, and right now it's all foggy. It does not feel good. But you can see, yes, it's coating my tight line, but then what's up with my lashes? They're forgotten. They're like an afterthought, and the more you comb it on, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it's just, ooh. Don't like this wand whatsoever. Let's move on to the next one because this one is the complete opposite of the Hourglass. This right here is by Pat McGrath, and this is her Fetish Eyes Mascara. This one retails for $30. The brush features firm bristles that effortlessly sweep through the lashes, coating and combing with control and precision. Look at the difference. You have a very detailed, tiny little brush versus something very massive and very uniform with how long the bristles are. The one thing is, I feel like with this type of wand, you can get really messy, very clumpy. So let's put this to the test. Okay, yeah, the bristles are definitely very stiff, like they were saying. So honestly, it kind of grabs the lashes really nicely. And because it is so big, it's kind of doing a lot of real estate. Let's try the inner corner here. Yeah, it's big. It's way too big at the very top, so you can't really be too precise. You get really messy really quick, but it's quite nice. And I just want to show you guys the difference. From the Hourglass, it's really nice and dark and it looks really thick towards my roots. But then the rest of the lashes, they look really flimsy. They just look very sad. They're not lengthened, they're not volumized. But then on the left side with the Pat McGrath, it's not as voluminized towards the base, but the rest of the lashes, they look really full of life. They're really dark, they're really fanned out, and they look nice and dark and really long. All right, so this next one is by the brand Butter London. This is their Stroke of Wow volumizing mascara. This retails for $20. This is a molded brush that evenly coats lashes and lets you create multiple levels of intensity. But also, this mascara wand, it has little bristles at the very tip of the brush. I think for when you use it vertically to kind of separate or get into the inner corner or on your lower lash line, that's really nice. Let's take the shorter bristle side first and go for that base. Okay. It's not as intense as I was expecting. It's actually a lot softer. Look at that. It's actually very soft. It's not depositing that much mascara onto your lashes, so it's not as intimidating. I feel like it's a little bit easier to use. I'm going to use those tiny little bristles on the end for that inner corner and see how comfortable this is. Again, it's fine, but I wish they were a little bit longer and a lot more of them. But yeah, this mascara, I think it's honestly also the formula. It's a little sticky and it's a little more heavy, so you can definitely clump your lashes really easily. And I'm not really liking this part of the wand, the brush, where there's no bristles at all. It's just mascara is just gunked on there. So I feel like that's also really causing the clumpiness, and it's not spreading the mascara as nice. But I do like that the bristles are a little bit more on the stiff side, so you can kind of grab onto the lashes. Let's move on to the last but not least mascara. This one is pretty crazy. So this right here is by Givenchy. This is their Phenomenize. I like that. Phenomenize mascara with a ball-shaped brush. This retails for a whopping $32. But the benefits is precise and it defines application with a 360 degrees fanned out lashes. This one I think is the most intimidating looking one. It's really fun just because of that ball-shaped brush. Let's put it on and see what this applicator is all about. I feel like you can be quite precise with this. A little bit precise. Just hit your outer lashes, I guess, to create that fox eye. Let's just put it this way. This is the least convenient mascara wand we have tried. So then diagonally, I guess you're literally just targeting certain parts of your eye. I'm taking the inner corner and kind of brushing it towards my nose. See, I actually really like this for the inner corner. That ball shaped, it kind of just grabs those inner corner lashes. Wow, I'm actually surprised that it looks pretty good. Is this convenient? No. But look at the lashes. They look very natural, very wispy. They look really consistent from the root to the tip. Really nice, actually. So I do want to share with you my favorite to least favorite that I tried, but my most favorite is definitely the L'Oreal. It's not even the bendy wand. I just really liked the brush itself. Just something about this wand is really beautiful, and the actual formula, really nice. My next favorite was, surprisingly and shockingly, the Givenchy. But just the formula, it's not wet and it's not super dry. And the way it separated the lashes, there's no clumping, and it was quite easy to use. It was a little more time consuming, but the overall result, I'm actually really impressed with this mascara right here. My third favorite, I would have to say Too Cool for School. The brush itself is actually really nice. You can really manipulate the wand to go into your inner lashes. The inner bristles, they're nice and short, so you can really grip into these inner corner lashes, and plus it's really fun. Like, I'm gonna give plus to this. The next one I will have to give to Pat McGrath, just because it is a really nice big wand. You can get the mascara on there really quick, and it actually looks quite beautiful. The next mascara I think was really fun, and I wasn't expecting a lot, but it actually did a really great job, is the AVON, the discontinued mascara. I thought I did a pretty decent job considering the other mascaras. The next one I will give accolades to is the Butter London. You do have the really nice short bristles, and then you have that comb. But because it's such a stiff comb the longer bristles, it didn't really grip the lashes really nicely or move the lashes really evenly. It kind of just clumped it together. The next one, I would say my second to least favorite is the Beauty Notions, just because the price, it's not resonating with the wand or the formula. And then last but not least, the Hourglass. I think this right here is just such a miss that it's just so unfortunate. And there we go. Which one was the craziest? Which one was the strangest? But for now, you guys, please share your favorite mascara with us, and I'll see the next one very soon. Bye.